everybody. Good morning. Welcome to my Facebook page, Coach My Mindset, or you may be watching the replay on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Please say hi. Let me know where you are. And I'm excited to deliver to you today the third distinction of a high performer. So if you've been following me all week, we've been going over every single day, one distinction of a high performer, one of the 5 distinctions. And I'll do a quick overview for you. Day 1, we talked about how high performers manage their day and their time with repeatable daily habits. And that's one of the things that most people are just missing. And it's really that simple, right? It's the simple things done repeatedly that lead to the exponential results, right? And when you don't have this built into your life and into your day, it's why you continue to be overwhelmed by your schedule and by your day. So we talked about that on day 1. I gave you some tips and examples of what works in your day. You can go back and watch that video right here on the page. And then day 2, we talked about high performer distinction number 2 is, do you guys remember it? It's what? Who's on here? Catherine, Isidro, who remembers what distinction number 2 is? It's feedback. It's being open to feedback and, in fact, seeking feedback, right? So constructive criticism, not only leaning into what we are great at, but we've got to look at the gap, right? We've got to get feedback from others on what's working in the way we are showing up and what's not working, right? Because if you're committed to growing and improving, you want to be called out. You want to be called out when you're slacking because you're committed to growth. And the only way that you can grow is to make improvements in those areas. Okay, so that's a review of day 1 and day 2. And today we're going to talk about mindset, right? You hear it all the time, and there's a reason you hear it. Success leaves clues. Mindset is an important piece of being a high performer. So what is the mindset of a high performer? A high performer has a growth mindset and a mindset of perseverance. Growth and perseverance, right? And listen, that implicitly says that for perseverance, that's implying that there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be challenges, right? It doesn't mean that because you're a high performer, that means your life has been easy and you don't have any challenges and nothing to, recover from. And that's the opposite of what that means. High performers have challenges and they face them head on. We have fears and we go through them, right? We persevere. That's the only reason why some people succeed and others do not, because there are those of us that do not give up. We have a growth mindset. So we're okay with the fact that we've got to change and transform and evolve, right? We're seeking that. And we're also okay with the fact that things will be challenging and hard. In fact, we might even welcome it because we know that that's where growth happens, right? So when things get hard or when things are crumbling, seemingly crumbling outside, a high performer does not cower, does not tuck in and hide. A high performer goes head first, right? We go into it, we go through it so that we can get over it. That's called perseverance, right? So we're not distracted or discouraged by outside circumstances, right? Because outside circumstances do not have our control. And most people give away all their control and all their power to what is or is not going on in the world around you. This year is a great example, right? With the elections, with the divisiveness, with everything that was going on with race relations, with the coronavirus, right? This is a year where you see people completely breaking down and being in reaction mode to what's going on around them. And that's because they haven't controlled what's going on inside. High performers have done the work to master our mind and to stop giving our power away to the world and to everyone else. This doesn't mean that we don't experience challenge or adversity. It doesn't mean we don't experience moments of head trash. Everyone does. The difference is always with how you respond, right? Are you reactionary or do you direct? Are you in charge of how you respond because you're in control of what's going on inside? High performers never get stuck in those head trash moments, right? In fact, with my clients, I can often just sit back when they have a freak out moment and send me a boxer or something, because I know that within an hour or so, they're going to shift and coach themselves right out of it. I think Catherine's on here, one of my clients right now. How many times has that happened this year, Catherine, as opposed to when you first started working with me? Because of all of the high performance tools and the mindset work that we've done. So many times this year, you've sent me a boxer several times and like, a head trash moment, right? And I just kind of sit back. Within an hour, you respond back and you've coached yourself through it because you've got the tools, right? Now that is powerful. That is powerful when we can redirect our energy to cause and create the outcome that we want or the experience that we want. We are no longer, I say, like slaves to what is going on around us. We are in control. And that all comes down to how you're managing your mind. So I have a question for you and I want you to answer it in the comments. How do you rate your current mindset? Your current mindset on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being rock solid. Be honest. How do you rate yourself? And if you're at a 7 or an 8, what's in the middle? What's missing? Is it tools that you need? Is it support because you don't have anybody that's in your corner, or you're not in a community with like-minded people who are also growth driven, right? So is it tools? Is it support? Is it community? Is it you need a challenge because you're stuck in your comfort zone? Whatever it is, if you're not at a 10 with your mindset and you can't stand like confidently like I can and say, no matter what happens, I know I'm rock solid and nothing is going to stand between me and the life that I'm creating. And I know that to be true because, like many of you, I've had so many things thrown at me, including this year, 2 deaths in my family, on top of everything that is going on in the world. And I have my own challenges, right? So with my business and all of that, like high performers deal with the same exact things that you deal with. The difference is how we deal with it, how we manage. It's the tools that we have. It's the support that we have. It's how we think and operate on a daily basis. So I know that I can stand in 100% confidence that I have a 10 mindset. And that is freaking powerful. That is power. That's where your power is. That no matter what happens, no matter deaths, no matter loss of money, no matter loss of business, no matter hardship, no matter what's going on in the government or on the news, like I know I'm rock solid. And if you can't say you're a 10, you get to decide and take a deep look at what's missing. What's between you being a 6, a 7, 8, 9, and a 10? And what are you going to do about it? Share with me in the comments. I look forward to being back here with you tomorrow for the 4th distinction of a high performer. I hope this is supporting you. And if you know someone who this would support, tag them or share this video on your page. I'll see you tomorrow.